Hold on. So let's start with the market review first, and then we'll continue with some theory. You know, if you have any questions, just get ready. All right. So starting with oil. Well, basically, I do have a limit order here, as you can see. So it's not been triggered yet. I do hope that it will be reached here. It's 43.01, as you can see. So entry is there. Well, due to the spread, I might not be triggered there, but we'll see. So regarding the pound, New Zealand want to sell it at 7150, and pound want to sell it at 1.305. So just placed a few limit orders here, just in case. Not sure that I will leave them for long, but at least for another hour, they will be there. Then I'll see what the market is going to show us. Okay. Yeah, so that's what it is. Fine. So let me switch back to analysis. All right, so that's basically what I think. My market view is down on oil for today, for at least European session. By the way, I've decided to kind of post a levels for overlap sessions separately. So because, well, I used to do it like for each session, but now I've decided to count the overlap session as a separate one. So it will be a testing period for about like 2 weeks, and then we'll see will it work or not. So I do think that it will work, so that's why I've decided to do it, basically. So it might help as well to you guys. So just follow me, and you'll be able to know all the levels, you know, the recounts, etc. So it will be ready just at about between 1 and 2 o'clock London time, PM. All right, so oil, crude oil, do expect it to continue its down movement from here. And for now, do expect it to bounce off this level. So my limit order is 43.01. So due to the spread, it might not be triggered, but I just want to get a better price. So that's normal, I mean. Okay, so that's something what I want to do. Okay, let's go to gold. Let's have a look at gold. What do we have here? So as you can see, the price is bouncing, but well, due to all these impulses towards down within previous days, so it might be a very good opportunity to buy, but due to the compare different kind of factors on different time frames, well, the market view is short for European session at least. So I might be wrong, and again, there is no selling setups at the moment, so selling setup might be here or here as well. So in case if this level will be broken, which is 1342.00, when it will be broken, I mean, not a false break, but properly broken, closed above, and then we'll see some kind of correction there, then I will try to buy it. But before the price is broken, 1342, I'm trying to sell it now. It's been down for a while now, and well, on all time frames, it does tell me that the price might go for a bit longer towards down, towards south, basically. So that's why my view is changed a little bit, but I do have it in mind that it actually might be a double bottom as well. And yesterday I've drawn you a possible kind of head and shoulders with the target here as well. So that's something what is possible, and then we'll have to kind of, if this level will be broken, then we'll have to recount the possibilities. Let's put it this way. Okay, so Mexican. Well, the price is going down, as you can see. So this is a short-term target, which is 18.34 roughly. And this is where we might try to buy it actually. But for now, the price is going down. Well, don't see any selling opportunities because I do prefer to trade the bounces. So I would wait till this level is triggered first, 18.6915, 18.70, something like this, around this area. So when it will be triggered, then I will look for a selling opportunities around this area. So that's something what I trade. Basically looking at few kind of instruments just to choose the right one to trade, the best one where I can see the clearest signal. Okay, so that's what it is. With yen, do expect it to continue its down movement. Well, the thing is that comparing all the factors, we still have a very good selling here. So this is a good selling area. Of course, in case if this level will be broken, which is 102.912 or 103, put it this way, 103 will be broken, the price will be closed above, then of course we'll have to look for buying opportunities after that. But for now, it's a good idea to sell it actually. Well, it does look like a selling signal here, but I do expect this level to be triggered one more time, which is 102.912. And then I will try to look for a opportunity to sell around this area. Don't have a limit orders yet there because, you know, I'm always waiting for a reversal and confirmation first before placing a limit order. Of course, I'm missing trades sometimes, but again, it's better to miss a trade than to miss your account later on. Okay, so that's my view on yen. So do want to sell it, waiting for a better selling opportunity. Frankie. Okay, so Frankie is actually 50-50 at the moment. Well, it does look like we will, well, the price will continue its up movement due to all these impulses, etc. But again, it's not the best idea to buy it here. So I will wait till this area or this level will be triggered, which is 0.98048. So that's a much better buying opportunity around this level than to buy it here with a market order or something like this. So don't recommend to use any buy stops at the moment. So I believe that the price will kind of give us a correction, show us a correction towards this level here, 9803.05, somewhere around this area, and then we'll be able to buy it here. Okay, breaking through this level will lead the price towards further kind of up targets, but you must know that basically it can actually go up even from here, but that's just something what I do expect. So my market view is up and towards the parity. But we'll see what's going to happen. And well, I'm not afraid of losing a trade, but I will try to catch a better price to buy it. Okay. Canadian might show us a good buying setup here, by the way. So the general view on Canadian is up. And on 1 hour chart, we do see a reversal pattern here at the moment with it's a 1 hour chart. So basically wait till this hour is closed. And then in case if it will be closed something like this or even higher, but not lower, well, it has to be higher than the middle of the previous candle, including this, the whole range basically. And we might consider it then as a reversal pattern, and this is a good place to buy it actually. So it's a volume weighted area, so 1.3157, it is, and we might actually buy it from here. So in case if it will be closed like this, then let me tell you, about 3 pips below the closing of this candle would be a good area to place a limit order. 3 to 5 pips, something like this. And the target, first target, is 1.32445. So that's what it is for now. Okay. New Zealand. Well, trying to sell it, as I've already told you. So let me switch to okay, so as you can see, I do have a limit order just at, no, it's a pound. New Zealand is here. So the limit order is at 0.7140. I have to move a take profit. It's a bit too close. Doesn't mean that it will be triggered, but I will leave it for another hour at least. Okay. Stop loss is very short, just about 13 pips it will be. Okay. And that's it. So oil is not triggered, unfortunately. So I might be missing a very good entry here, but we'll see. Again, in case if I will see a good kind of reversal signal here, then I will move a little bit down my limit order. So I'm not going to convert a limit order into market order, definitely, because that's not my system. That's not what I trade. But I will try to kind of get a better price, a bit probably lower, one more time in case if I'll see some kind of reversal pattern. So it will be like in the middle of this candle or something like this. So all right, so that's something what I'm expecting here. Right. Switch back to analysis here. Good. Pound dollar or cable. Let's have a look. What do we have here? So do expect it to continue its down movement. Tried to sell it. Well, my orders has not been triggered during the news, which has been like 45 minutes ago. So I'm not on the market yet on any instrument, basically. So do expect this level to be triggered, 1.3050, and then I will try to sell it around this area. Doesn't mean that the price will continue its up movement towards there, because we do have a strong level around 1.300 or 3000, whatever you want to call it. So it might be already a selling opportunity around this area with a limit order at 1.30. So that's something what you can try with a very short stop loss and short, not short, but low volume. So just minimum lot size, something like this. Okay. Let's have a look at euro dollar. What do we have here? Well, do expect it to go down actually from this level. So which is a resistance at 1.1101. So the price is actually approaching this level here. Do not recommend to use a limit order around this area, but I will wait. I don't know, if you want, you can place a limit order and stop loss just above this level here, 1.312. And well, for me, what I'm going to wait for, I'm going to wait for a reversal pattern, something like this, and then I will use a limit order to catch a tail of the next candle. So that's how I trade. I know that I'm missing trades sometimes, which is not good, but still, that's my trading system. Okay, the system is not brilliant probably if you need a trading volume to be traded, something like this. All right, So a euro pound do expect it to continue its up movement, did expect to reach this level 0.85114 to buy it from here. The level haven't been reached yet, so well, the price might stay in this range for a while actually. Or it can just break through the upper levels here and reach the target without even triggering this level one more time. So few reasons for this level to be reached. Well, it's good support, and we also have a, how can I say it, structural level here as well. As you can see, the previous high is almost at this area. So I would say, all right, Aussie. So what do we have here in Aussie? Okay, well, we are at quite strong resistance area at the moment. So you see the first, second, and third kind of congestion is probably forming around the area. The price can actually break through this level and go further up to 0.769, but we'll see, will it happen or not? So these two levels, none of them has been triggered, so that's why I'm not in the market here. So did expect a further kind of, I would say, deeper retracement, and it didn't happen. So not in the market here as well. Okay. All right, so that's all about the market, about my majors that I trade. Still have a chance that my order will be triggered, and I really hope that it's for good. All right. So then I will leave it for a while. Probably will remove a take profits or place them at least at 41.10, 41.50, somewhere around this area. So this is the potential target in case if the price will continue its down movement. So we have some money to make here. Okay, so what I want to say about the market. So basically, I don't really like how the market behave itself during the European session. So that's why, and it's not the first day like this. It's during the summer, it does look something, well, not clear to me. And that's why I've decided to count the levels for the separate levels for overlap sessions as well. So we'll post them and you'll be able to see them as well. Okay, so what about so now I want to talk about, I'm just looking at Aussie. It's actually showing us a good reversal opportunity on 15-minute charts. It's let me have a look at my matrix to compare the chances of and possibilities of the price to go down or up. It does have 75% more that towards the bullish continuation. So no, I would not recommend to sell it here, definitely. So just look for better buying opportunities here or something like this, but do not try to sell it. Well, at least something what I'm going to not to do, basically. Not going to sell it, definitely. All right, so now let's talk about trading sessions and, well, let's talk about price behavior in general for the beginning, and then we'll see how much time will be left. So probably we'll talk about something else. Okay, so the price behavior. So sometimes price behavior versus like a trader's behavior, let's put it this way. So sometimes we want to be in a trade. So what does it mean? It means that, for example, for some sort of reason, well, I think it's obvious, well, we need money, for example, especially if you're a full-time trader, and if you're not going to trade, then it means that you're not going to make any money for living, etc. So, of course, it's bad. Nothing good is about it. So, how does it make us feel? So it makes us feel a bit nervous, and we are trying to see some entries where basically there are no entries at all. So no setups. We're just trying to imagine them, and we're trying to make them up. But unfortunately, there are no entries. So basically what I have met, during the posting of all my ideas, during the conversations with other traders, especially newbies, of course, unfortunately, but that's something what is happening and what is very common. So the person is, for example, just want to make money. So he wanted to double money, triple that money, to make he wanted to make a kind of 1 million out of 100, or something like this. And well, it didn't actually happen. He put basically all his money in one trade, and now he's waiting, and his trade is in a losing position. The lot is huge, and the person is just trying to find some, let's put it this way, excuses to stay in the trade a bit longer. It's completely wrong. So that's something what's I really don't like in people, so in traders. So that's why you always have to have a system, and your system must have a stop losses in it. So when you have stop losses, then it means that if you are wrong, okay, so if you are wrong, you will have a short stop loss, for example, or at least kind of expected stop loss. And then that's it. You'll be able to enter the market one more time. Let's put it this way. One more time, 10 more times, 100 more times. It all depends on your money management and risk management system. So when you're kind of expecting from the market to give you some money, or if you're sure or whatever, if you are using no stop losses at all, it means that you don't have a system at all. So you don't have a negative expectations on your system. It's wrong. It's not possible on the market at all. Doesn't matter what you trade, where you trade. Are you hedge fund manager? Are you private trader, small trader, big trader, institutional trader, whatever? You must include stop losses in your trading system. That's something what you have to do. Okay, so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about in the very beginning. So basically, you must not, and you must never find yourself in the situation where you are waiting and hope for the price to return to reverse in your favor. If you're waiting, and if you are in this kind of situation, it means that for now, at this moment, even if you will be lucky, it means that you must stop trading for a while on real account, turn back to demo account or extremely small lot account or something like this, where you won't be able to lose more than, let's put it this way, 10 pounds or 100 pounds. And then you must trade there, you must train yourself to lose and to make money and to see the proper position. So it means that Well, it's quite hard to do it, sometimes, because you must do the same thing every day, every 4 hour, 1 hour. It all depends on your system. So for me, for example, I'm definitely redoing my kind of analysis every 4 hours. It's for 100%. Sometimes it's every 1 hour, but I'm redoing the analysis, comparing all the factors together, etc. And it's really hard to stay out of the trade when you basically didn't see your patterns, but your analysis is right. So the thing is that analysis is one part of the trading, but trading itself and trading approach is the second part. So what I mean by that is that, okay, your analysis is showing you where the price will move, but your trading approach is showing you when to enter the trade. So you might be good in analysis, but you might not be able to catch this move. So for example, when it was here, it was before this level here, I've drawn all this level, all this analysis from here. So for example, if I was using buy stop orders, sell stop orders, I'm not doing it. But if I was, for example, using it, I would be able to place a buy stop around this area, and I would be maybe, all this stuff, would be able to make about 20 pips here with this move. It's on Aussie, which is quite good. But the thing is that I trade my system as well. So I'm doing the analysis, and then I'm trading my system. If they're not on one line, it means that I'm not on the market. So that's it. So that's what I do, and that's something what I do really recommend you to do as well. So again, now when you know it, when you know these basics, why we always have to trade what we know, we don't have to kind of, let's put it this way. This is, so I call myself as a focused trader. So I do have a certain setups, and I'm looking for these setups on a certain instrument. Some traders, what they do have lots of setups, trading setups, and they don't actually have to look at few, well, let's put it this way, instruments. So they can always find something on one instrument. But in my opinion, well, I've been there as well. In my opinion, it's a wrong type of trading, and it's something what is against your system. So basically, you must trade your system. You must know that there is 24 hours during the day, and you will be able to find at least one, let's put it this way, if you are trading like 10 pairs, for example, of course you will be able to find at least one pair that will show you at least one signal a day, where you will be able to make your, I don't know, 5% a day, 10% a day, or at least you will be able to make something like your entry. At least it will be on your system. Of course, you'll be losing. You will have losing trades sometimes, etc. But that's the way of thinking about the market. So this is a work. So it's not a fun or something like it, and it's not gambling. So this is not about entering the market now because I want it, and then waiting and asking others, well, what shall I do now because I'm in losing position? Well, did you use your system? No, of course you didn't. And sometimes all of us in this kind of positions, so, and the more experienced you get, the less these kind of positions will be on your account, but still, you will have, well, let's put it this way, even if you are using your system, if you are using your stop losses, etc., you will have lots of losing positions, and sometimes you will have like 3, 4, 5 losing positions in a row. So that's something what you always have to think about. So for now, I find myself in situation where I really want to get into the market, for example. Yeah, so let me review what do we have here one more time. So again, not entering this market due to failure of triggering this level. Not entering this instrument, well, it was quite a good intraday move here because, well, basically this level has not been reached for 6 pips only. So not a big deal, but again, it's a system. Okay, euro dollar, again, expecting this level to be reached first, not in the market again. Pound dollar, again, expecting, well, two things I'm expecting here. Well, first is a possible reversal signal around this level. So this level, which is 1,300. In case if I'll have a reversal pattern, then I'll try to sell it with a limit order around this area. Or, well, which is much better, try to sell it around here, 1.305. So most of you probably traders are trying just to sell it here, you know, and wait and place a stop loss above it. No, that's my system. That's what, again, not in the market here. Does it mean that I don't want to trade? No, it does mean that I want to trade. It does mean that I have to do lots of work before I will enter. So again, this one, so New Zealand, it does look like this level might not be triggered actually, but we have another one here as well. So if the price will be closed below and we'll have an engulfing pattern on 1 hour chart at least, then I will try to sell it again with a limit order. Again, waiting for at least 1 hour. So dollar Canadian. So that might be a good entry after half an hour. Again, a good try to catch this entry after half an hour. All right, Frankie, want to buy it when the price will go down. All right, not in the market. So you see, that's what it is. And that's why we must have some kind of, well, yen is actually staying in a range here. Don't think that it will continue its down movement right from this level where it is at the moment. This is, well, I mean, some of you probably think that this is a flag, but it's too long to be a flag, by the way. So flag is very short-term pattern. All right, Mexican. Again, want to sell it, waiting till this level is triggered, volume weighted levels, that's what I trade mostly. So again, not been triggered, not in the market. Well, have been waiting for it for a while, but as you can see, well, at least I'm not in the losing position, which is good as well. So here again, so do expect the price to reach this level at least. Not sure that it will happen. Well, for example, if I'll see a reversal signal, well, this is not a reversal signal yet, so it might be triggered before I will enter it. All right, so it must be triggered. And oil again, so waiting till my limit order is triggered. Okay, so for some of you, it probably sounds like a nonsense, you know, the guy who is trying to catch a better move and is not in a trade, but for me, it's not. Well, basically, I've been trading like this for a while now, and what is happening here is that I'm waiting for, well, sometimes I can see that some traders are leaving the room because, well, they might find it not interesting for them or something like this, or they just don't want to hear this kind of situation. But that's something what I really want to tell you and to give you a motivation of waiting proper signals, basically. I know it sounds annoying or something like this, but that's something what you must understand and you must kind of do it, you know. So first of all, you always must continue to do your work regarding analysis. Then you always must master out a entry methodology. Of course. So that's something. First of all, you must do your analysis. You must have your perfect approach to trading. I mean, your edge in your trading or something like this. So and that's basically something where you have to start with every day, every session, etc. So what are we waiting for in this kind of, let's put it this way, situations when you kind of, well, I haven't been on the market yesterday, didn't trade, well, because I had to leave working space, don't trade outside of my working space. So, and today, of course, I want to enter and don't see any entries. But what is happening? Well, the European session is going to finish. Not the European session, I would say, but this pre-US overlap European session will be finished quite soon. And I will be able to see some more signals when first overlap session will be started and second when European session will be closed. So I do have a few periods. First, when Asian session ends. Second, when London session starts. Third is when kind of overlap session starts. Fourth is when Euro session ends. So we have lots of kind of times to enter the market during the day. So if you don't see what you like or what you trade normally, don't worry, you just must be here and you must see kind of look at the market and look for these opportunities, you know, that you are looking most of the time. Because if you'll start to jump because you can't see what you want, if you'll start to jump all over the place, trying to kind of get into different kind of strategies, robots, etc., well, that's good for your brain, of course, but that's not good for your bank account and for your kind of liquidity, put it this way. All right, so that's why you must kind of continue your routine, your work, kind of from session to session, from hour to hour, from 4 hours to 4 hours, from day to day, week to week, etc. So if you're not in the market, it doesn't mean you don't have anything to do. Okay. So I'm doing these webinars because, well, sometimes it's good to keep yourself busy and keep yourself away from the market because you can't see what you want and what you like on the market. And that's it. Okay, so for now, what do we do? Well, if you're following me, following my signals, or if you're just following my direction, which is right in most of the time, so, well, maybe you're already doing something, but if you're following my strategy, then you're basically able just to kind of review the market condition. First, within, let's put it this way, 3.5 hours, roughly. Second, at the end of European session. And third, at the end of US session as well. So something like this. And that's it. I think it's pretty enough. And I'm sure that I'll be in the market a bit later on today. And I'll kind of show it to you tomorrow. Will it be right or wrong? We'll see. Okay, so let me have a look at my positions. Are they any of them triggered or not? No, they're not triggered at all. For now, it does look like the entry limit on oil might be triggered a bit further. Well, not further, but a bit later on. So have a look at this one. All right. Okay, so let me switch to Okay, just a sec, switch to analysis, and then I want to, just a sec, where is it? That's where it is. And what I want you to talk about, so about some kind of how to create your strategy or something like this. What's your type of entries? Let's talk about type of entries. So how can you enter the market, when and where? All right, so I think it's just here. Just have to wait for a bit. All right, sorry. What's that? Okay, just a second. Okay, nice one. Right, so let me draw some of the very basics. Let's put it this way. Kind of situations on the market and how to recognize them, and how you can actually use it in your favor. So first of all, you must think about sessions. So let me put it this way. Oh, we don't need this, but okay. So first we do have an Asian session. So second, we do have an European session. Then we do have overlap session with European and US. We have US session, and then again Asian session starts. So that's something what is every day in the market. So then again, second thing. So it's some sort of planning your day, how you should plan your day and what you have to expect, and which orders to use, when you can use kind of buy stop, sell stop orders, when you must use only limit orders, etc. So let's talk about the days without news, first of all, and kind of normal cycle during the day, during the 24 hours on FX. So basically, the volatility starts with a low, then it grows a little bit during the Asian session. Yes. Then it grows a bit during the European session. It grows a lot during the how can I say, during the overlap session, and then it comes down a little bit, it's something like this during the US session. So that's something what is kind of happening. Okay, so that's the normal cycle of 24 hours. So first of all, if we have, let's put it this way. We have a ranging market for the whole 24 hours. How the market can be ranged, by the way. So it might be a smaller range in the very beginning. Then with the European session start, it will be something like this. I think that you all know why it's happening. So basically we do have volume above these levels and below these levels here. So something like this is happening here. And during overlap session, we have even wider range. So it's only in case if we have a noisy market or something like this, and we don't have any particular direction on the market. So let's see, tomorrow will be news or something like this, or at the end of the week, and the market is still, you know, the hedge funds, etc. They must trade, they must do their volume, you know, to earn their commission, etc. You know, the traders, institution traders, and then volatility is just going down. So basically what it also shows, and what I draw you, is the volatility, basically. So it doesn't mean that it will look just like this. The market can go with a short-term waves, ups and downs, you know, etc. But that's something what you have to consider. So when you want to trade your breakouts, if you would like, well, you know, it's much harder, and it's kind of not easy to trade limit orders. You know, it's psychologically not easy, and practically it's not always possible to get a proper limit entry, let's put it this way. So sometimes it's not a bad idea to trade kind of buy stops and sell stops. So when shall we use limits, and when we actually can try again, that's the key, can try to use breakouts. So again, what is breakout and when it does appear? So breakouts do appear only when the market is strong. So when we do have lots of volume in one direction, and the price is just simply going in one direction on the market. So when it actually can be possible. So reversals, when they do occur. So when the reversals might occur. First of all, reversals might occur during these kind of stages on the market. So when Asian session ends, European session starts. Okay. Second, when overlap session starts. So during the European session, the price was going in one direction, then it can change. It doesn't mean that the direction is going to be changed completely, but this is something what we must be kind of thinking about always when we are trading. All right, so that's the points. Well, Asian session ends, European session starts. It might that the trend that has been a kind of low range trend that has been during the Asian session, it might actually change during the start of the European session. The same can happen with the start of overlap session, which is US start as well during the European session when it's still open. And another kind of area where we can try to kind of use our reversals is when the price is actually reaching, or the European session is ending, and only US session is here on the place. And again, well, normally nothing special is happening here, but not always. Again, it's not always, not in 100% cases. So it's when US session ends, by the way. So that's something what you have to kind of remember about these areas. So again, so now we have a potentially reversal areas, so which is end of Asian session, start of European session, end of European session, so not end of European session, start of overlap session, end of European session, end of US session. So that's when we can have sort of, let me draw it just to make it a bit clear. That's when we have kind of possible reversal signals. So for example, if we have an uptrend, it will be something like this. And then it will possibly continue its up movement, or again, it can be a bit different, of course. Doesn't mean that it will definitely be this way, but that's something what can happen. If we have a down moving trend, it will be opposite. Yes, and now we must know what to do and when. So using a limit orders. So if you want just to try, if you, let's say, if you're trading a range trading inside of a range, if you've decided to trade in a range, then during this session, we won't have a strong trend most of the time during the Asian session. It's not always like this, but most of the time during the Asian session, we are not going to have a strong trend. It means that trading breakouts is not a good idea during these periods. So here we do trade limit orders. Okay, that's when we trade limit orders. Again, during these kind of ends and starts of the sessions, we might have a good reversal. So especially good limit orders and a bit wider limit orders might happen during these periods, you know, when one session ends and another session starts. So that's something always have to remember. So if you have a good level to bounce from, then try it during this. It's better to try it during the session open. Okay, so limit orders. Because, well, chances of breaking through the levels are not high during the Asian session. Volume is not that high. So what can we do during European session? Again, so for example, these 2 days, today and, well, today is a bit better, even though I'm not in the market, but it's a bit better than yesterday. But yesterday, that's what it was basically. So during these 2 days, during the European session, it wasn't a very good idea to trade breakouts, basically, because it wasn't that volatile, you know, and the price didn't go strongly in one direction or something like this. But it did during the US session. So during the overlap, because lots of volume around this time here on the market. So that's actually a very good time to trade breakouts. Let me place it here. Okay, so that's when we can actually trade breakouts, but not during the US session open, for example. So we must wait till the session is already open, show us some sort of, let's put it this way, some sort of structure on the market. And that's where we are actually placing our, so waiting for the first hour to be closed, and then we are placing our buy stops, sell stops, whatever. Then again, during this, when you're in profit, and if you're in, of course, this scheme is only for intraday traders. So if you are using like daily charts, etc., it's different story. But that's only for intraday traders. So that's basically when you can actually trade breakouts. That's when it's better to trade limit orders. And again, here, the volatility is going to decrease during the last part of US session. But what does it actually mean? So in case if we had a very good level around the European session closure, then we might bounce off this level, and we might do actually two things here. So normally it's about 4 hours. It's all due to these time zone changes, you know, etc. So you always have to recheck the times of different sessions, etc., because they can be changed. They can be different from time to time. And we might actually try, I would never trade a limit orders during the last part of US session, but I can actually try and imagine that it is possible sometimes, not always, but sometimes to trade breakouts here as well. But again, you must close your position as an intraday trader before the market ends. So in most of the cases, again, each instrument is different. So you must review this scheme for each instrument. This is first. Second, this is something what will always work in either way. So it might be very volatile during the Asian session, then it won't be too volatile during European session, and it again will become volatile during US session overlap. You know, so that's something what you always have in your mind, and that's something why you don't have to worry about not being in the market. So it means that every day we have lots of opportunities to use any approach for your trading. So you can use a limit orders approach, you can use a breakout orders approach, etc. Whatever you like, whatever brings you money, that's what you have to trade. You first of all, you must be patient. You must wait till your yeah, hello Yanis. All right, so we always must wait till your setup is on place, and then you must trade it all the time. So that's something what you always have to think about, always. All right, so hello. So I'm nearly finished now. Okay, so again, we'll repeat. I know it's a bit annoying for most of you guys, and that's why few traders has left, because they probably didn't want to hear it. But that's something what, unfortunately, I would say those traders who are losing, they don't want to hear it. I don't want to tell anything about anyone, but that's something what is happening, because when I'm talking to someone and I'm trying to tell you this kind of scheme on how you have to trade, every trade is just, come on, just tell me where I have to enter, where I have to exit, etc. Well, it does mean that the person just don't really want to kind of learn, you know, don't want to trade by yourself. But again, if you don't want to trade by yourself, give your money to someone else and let them manage it for you. So that's the key. You know, you can't be just a little bit trader and then the rest of you is not a trader. You are the whole of yourself is a trader, or you are not trader at all, and that's it. So, okay, guys. So no matter what kind of type of trader you are, breakout trader, limit order trader, inner range trader, trend trader, whatever, during the day you will have at least one opportunity on each instrument to enter the market using your own strategy. So please, guys, be patient, save your money, work as a trader for as long as it is possible, guys. Okay, guys, so have a good one. Sorry for this annoying kind of webinar today, but I really hope that someone did listen and will kind of think about all these cycles on the market, etc. Okay, guys, have a good one. Yes, H trader. All right, so have a good one, and please remember about all this. Bye bye, guys.